Hello and welcome to In My Opinion for Tales of Xillia. Tales of Xillia takes place in the world of Maxia, where tensions of war are running high between the two countries of Rashagul and Al-Jul. Our heroes, Jude the medical student and Mila the Lord of Spirits, take on the task of destroying a powerful weapon called the Lance of Kresnik that can give either of the countries a huge advantage. Along the way, the duo meets up with some interesting characters. We have Alvin, the sarcastic and comedic mercenary.
Military type's brave, protecting the world from pipsqueaks like you.
Hi there.
A mysterious girl, Elise, and our even more mysterious doll, Tipo.
There's a good soldier.
The butler, Rowan.
Yeah, what the?
Now, if you'll excuse me. Everyone please follow me.
And Jude's childhood friend and sparring partner, Leia.
You see, and and this little guy here's a real speed demon, so I had him push me in the wheelchair to keep things fair. Everyone, to the shops.
The story, while being a bit predictable, is still very enjoyable as your main cast and the characters you come by are enjoyable to be around and never run on the annoying or dull
I
side.
actually enjoy acting like a human girl for once.
A human girl? Strictly speaking, the concept of gender does not apply to me.
The characters' personalities and background keep expanding as you keep playing, never giving you the feeling of, oh man, I really don't care.
Yeah.
I don't want to give too much info since, spoilers, but I will say it's one enjoyable ride. Like all Tales games, you have total control movement of all characters. Each feel very different from one another, so you can find one you really like and stick with them, or you can mix it up. You can even have a friend join you with a second controller if they want in on the action. You have a certain amount of AC that lets you know how many times you can attack in a row. These attacks range from your basic punch and kicks to your cool arts. Once used up, you have to wait for it to be filled. Thankfully, it's very quick to do so, and you're always in the thrall of combat, and never once does it feel slow. It's fast and furious, and also very pretty. You can even switch out any character mid-combat if you feel like it. Forgot to put a certain character in your team and want to switch out? No problem. Just press the right button and the game goes all slow-mo and lets you switch out easy with no headaches. It's also very nice that everyone gains XP, even while not in use. That is a big plus in my book. The new gameplay mechanic in Xillia is called the Link system. It's a system where you link to another character. This character in turn follows you around the field and constantly has your back. Each character also has a special ability when you link them, such as Alvin, who can break annoying blocking enemies, or Mila, who can trap fast moving enemies in the force field and leave them wide open to deliver some pain. Another plus is that there are arts you can connect. If you have a look to your left, there's a bar there. This bar will fill up the more you attack. When you hit the line, it will blink. This is when you can trigger a combined art attack. For instance, using Jude's Demon Fist while linked with Mila will trigger the final Gale attack. You can always check in and out of battle which art connects to what. When the gauge finally fills up and goes into over limit mode, you can trigger multiple combined art attacks, and not with just the person you're linked with. You can also switch links after each art and make a long string of art attacks. It's very fun when you pull this off well. Another option you have when the gauge goes into over limit is to do your mystic art. Each character has one, and man is it pretty and powerful. Now how the level up system works for this game is something called the Lithium Orb system. Each time you level up, you get points, and you can spend said points in little orbs that represent HP, TP, skill points, strength, magic, and so forth. It allows you to build each character to your liking. While using your points, you may notice lines start connecting. That's because in the middle of each rectangle you make, there are new arts and skills. The more you unlock skills and arts, the more the orb blossoms, and you get more options for skills, arts, and so forth. These skills are things like health boost, resistance to elemental attacks, higher AC, and unique skills for each character, like letting Alvin charge faster or making Leia a better thief. The game also has subquests. Some of these you run into while others you can find. You can tell when someone has one for you since they have a big green exclamation point on their head. The quest can be getting items, talking to people, killing monsters, or even sometimes a mixture. There are also some that directly tie to each character, which lets you learn about more of their history and personality. I highly recommend you do these since it can net you some loot, but most importantly, it gives you more information about the character, thus making said character even more interesting. Though I will note some of these are missable, so if you don't want to miss any, check a guide.
Thank you, everyone. I feel a lot better now.
The game also offers costumes for the characters. If you feel like your characters are looking a bit boring, why not add funny shades, or a mask, or even a hat? You can also change the size, color, and placement for these items. You can find these by just searching for treasure on the maps. It doesn't boost stats or anything, but it's a nice addition to spice things up. Now how the store works is pretty cool. By finding materials by just checking around the world or by just killing monsters, you can donate these items to unlock new things such as weapons and armors. Another thing that happens while donating these items is that the price goes down on the merchandise. Want a weapon but it's a bit too much? Just keep donating and it'll be in your grabs in no time. This also adds another element to the fight since instead of just working your way for money and XP, you also get in donation items to help out with shopping. The game's world is bright and colorful, with varied outside and inside areas. The towns themselves are also nicely designed. The game for the most part is very smooth, the frame rate only hitching when things get really chaotic. The characters' design themselves are also well done and unique enough that you can tell who is who. The only real gripe I have with this is the models themselves. The characters' facial animations can seem really stiff and pretty weird at times, such as their mouths staying open when they have nothing to say. Look at that! It doesn't close! This sometimes can make you feel like you're watching a Muppet.
Where are we?
But in the end, the game still looks great.
That's Cambelar's castle. Freezes those enemies in their tracks? I guess she really is into bondage.
Oh, is that what the technique is called?
Aww, I thought I
The English dub is well acted. I never cringed at a line and never felt like something was, for lack of a better word, said weirdly or wrong. I roamed around the internet and people seem to have gripes with Mila's voice acting. I personally found nothing wrong with it. It can feel a bit emotionless at times, but when you play the game, you understand what they were going for and it works. In the end, great job, Dubcast.
No, I read it in a book. It was called Men and Women Beneath the Sheets.
What sort of books are you reading?
Tales of Xillia was a great experience. Even with its somewhat predictable but enjoyable plot, it was able to get its hooks into me with its world and the cast of characters that inhabit it. The combat is a joy and never becomes stale, and there's plenty to do. I put about 70 hours into it whole. Let's not forget that there's a new Game Plus option as well. There's also the fact that you can play as either Jude or Mila as your main character. Since there are times you split up, you can see what that character was doing. Though don't worry, if you don't want to do 2 runs, I felt the game doesn't really leave the player confused. If you're a fan of JRPGs, I highly recommend this title. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on the game, and for gamer's sake, keep gaming.